Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. I'm back. I'm back in the beginning of the day. Back in the beginning of the day with a different cat behind me. New videos dropped. It dropped hours ago, and I'm just now able to record it. I haven't watched it yet. I have not watched it yet. This is going to be a first-time reaction to... Oh, what's up, kitty? Bomb, 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 bomb. The wonderful, wonderful Legacies Dragonflight series. So let's start. Oop, wait. Gotta make sure everything's going right.
This place holds many mysteries, but few answers.
Stop there! Who are you?
One who would be your guide. Tell me, what do you remember from before?
My general. A fierce battle. And then I was imprisoned in darkness.
But now, you are free.
What are you?
Come, there is much I would show you, to prepare you for the challenges that lie ahead.
This place. So strange.
Okay,
Where are we?
she's a dracthyr.
Where is less important than when. Many thousands of years ago, when our world was young, Azeroth was home to the ancestors of dragons. Primitive beasts ruled by primal instincts. Yet, there were a few in whom the spark of intelligence was lit, who thought, spoke, and felt more deeply than the rest.
What does this have to do with me?
Were it not for them, your people would not be. From these proto-dragons, there arose the monster, Galakrond. Whose insatiable hunger would have consumed us all. When the fate of our kind was at stake, we five overcame the instincts of fear and self-preservation and united to battle the Leviathan.
We? So, you were one of these.
For our bravery, risking everything to save the world, we were granted a gift of the Titans, transformed into something greater. Together, we became the Aspects, leaders of the Dragonflights, the protectors of Azeroth. In time, we took on visages like this to better commune with the younger races.
Why have you shown me this?
I am Nosdormu, I was aspect of the Bronze Flight. It is my fate to see all of time. But now a threat to our world approaches. An ancient enemy has returned. You will play a part in the events to come, and you will have to make a difficult choice, as we did.
I am not like you.
No. My story is already written. But yours, and that of all Dracthyr, is only beginning to unfold.
Okay, so a few things there. It seems that they are starting to kind of rewrite Galakrond a little bit. It showed how that battle happened, but I don't know if they're wanting to redo Dawn of the Aspects. Okay, people are using this as a way to say, oh well, proto drakes. They were, they could barely think. It's like, really? Galakrond was barely sentient. He had a literal army of zombie dragons, which he controlled, and in the book, he used them to perform an ambush. He was a very smart dragon. He stood up to a Titan Keeper. Now, none of the battle was really shown. I don't know if they're meaning to be like, oh, well, it happened differently. We weren't, approached by the Keeper at all, or what they're doing with that. And with Nozdormu saying, I was the Bronze Dragonflight's aspect, that makes me think something's going to happen, or something happened at some point. I don't know. A lot of the story stuff hasn't hit beta yet. Also, for some reason, servers aren't up, which I thought they would be. Oh, it was extended? Are you fucking serious? That's my bad. Apparently they extended it again. Oh my god, it's like fucking 12-hour maintenance. Okay. Who fucking guessed it? Who guessed it right here, man? But it looks like they are planning on rewriting some aspects. It is very interesting that the first one focused on Galakrond. Didn't have anything for the Primalist. It focused on Galakrond. Now, why am I saying this is interesting? Because each of the previews focus on some kind of important boss, focus on some kind of important aspect of the expansion itself. Not really like, past expansions or past stuff like that. For example, BFA, you had Jaina. It was very important for her because she got the ship that was in that thing and she brought it back and she fought and everything. She led us to Kultiras. Then you had Sylvanas. Sylvanas started the war. Then you had Ajara, who later on was a boss. Well, then we go into Shadowlands. Shadowlands had one thing for each of the covenants. So first, you had the Kyrian. The Kyrian was a big enemy. It was the Forsworn and essentially the Jailer. Introduced the Jailer, introduced them all. Then you had the Necrolords, which again introduced an enemy in Kel'Thuzad. The Kel'Thuzad and the people working with them, right? Then you had the Venthyr, which Denathrius, Sire Denathrius, yeah. Don't know why I said Denarius. Because Daenerys Targaryen. Okay, I know why. So you had that, and then you had the Night Fae, and what was the big bad for the Night Fae? It was going to end up being, hey, the anima drought. And we have to do stuff. And essentially we did solve what the Knife Fae thing was, and it was just there to be like, oh, animal drought. We solved that before the first patch. And then you go back and even in Legion, all of the Legion stuff, that was taken care of. All the Lords of War. There hasn't been a single one of these cinematic things that hasn't been like, hey, these are, enemies that you're going to be facing, right? I mean, even in the Legends of Shao Hao or whatever, everywhere he went to do stuff, he ended up showing us an enemy. In the last one, he's like, oh, the Legion and these demons and everything are coming. I'm going to put a mist down. Okay, the mist is gone. And hey, look who shows up. We do. Big bad enemy of the expansion, Garrosh. So what I think that they are trying to do here is they're introducing Galakrond. Whether or not he's going to be the first enemy, I don't know. But because of this cinematic, along with some books that are found in-game, we already have some people saying he's just a beast, right? He is just a creature. He wasn't smart enough to do anything, So I mean, he's not gonna do anything. He's just a monster. He's just a corrupted monster. That's all he was. He's not a big bad threat. When in reality, I think what we're going to end up doing is probably traveling back in time and back in time to another pocket universe, however they want to do it. We're going to end up traveling back in time, and we're going to help them defeat Galakrond, and maybe it's going to be in that battle as opposed to how it originally was, where he was simply beaten by two aspects. I think it was black and blue, if I remember right. I don't know if bronze did anything, but that was it. And they weren't feral beasts, so either a lot of retconning is going to happen in the next few weeks, or they just kind of go over this stuff, right? Like, it's interesting. It's interesting. I really do like it. Emberthal, I believe, is a dracthyr that you run in the intro campaign, which is fine. Yay. I don't know what episode 2 is going to be. Is it going to be more of just telling her about the past? What I really am interested in seeing is everything that pops up. I want to see Chromatus. Right? We see the fall of Deathwing. We see what looks like Deathwing, falling into the maelstrom and dying. I want to see Chromatus, because if we see him, that means he's going to be an enemy. That means he's going to be a boss. And I know the people who do, well, if we see Deathwing, does that mean he's going to be a boss? No, but we do already have information that old gods are in Dragonflight. We already do fight some old god minions and the Twilight's Hammer. Who are the Twilight's Hammer connected to? Deathwing. So I am very excited for this to happen. Who knows?